What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another episode of Let's Talk, and here we are now at episode 75. So I thought for the third quarter episode, I might have, just done, you know, a regular, everyday type of stream. But I thought I'm always doing the exact same thing, so why not change it up a little bit? Now, from time to time, I do talk about school, and actually a little bit more frequently than I usually do. But typically, I like to elaborate on certain things and have people understand certain points that I try to um, basically that I try to how do I say prove or whatever. So, anyways, before we get started, I did want to show you guys something I'm very very happy for, and I want to actually give Daryl Sturden a shout out, mainly because I'm going to show you guys why. You guys can see that is the page of Daryl Sturden. Now you guys can see right below the name, it says Sturden, Daryl underscore Sturden follows you. You guys can also see he is verified on Twitter. As you guys can see, verified account. Now, if I sign out of this one and I log into my other one, my main channel account or whatever, let me just do this because I'll forget. And I go under followers, he's on this account too. So I had messaged him and said, long story short, I appreciate that you happen to follow me in both accounts. Not sure if it was a coincidence or not. So you guys can see this is my other account. Yep, that face though. And I'm gonna be having this guy follow me. I'm really, really excited. So thought I might show that. So let's go ahead and just minimize this and pull up full screen so we can get started with the main topic. Today's topic of discussion. Let me just make sure you guys can see this. Not sure if you guys can or not. Okay, no, I think you guys can. So the topic of discussion today is paragraph writing tips and tricks and how to write a proper paragraph or essay. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because, for one, I've never really found a proper or good source uh, providing me good advice and tips and whatnot on paragraph writing when I was younger. And I noticed that was one of the things that I actually struggled with, which amazingly now I would absolutely think, and I could vouch myself saying that it is the complete opposite. Now, I notice a lot of my friends compliment, and especially teachers, my, my writing skills. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. By the way, yes, I'm using OneNote. I'm using the app, not the software, the program. And this is a 6.5 paragraph essay. As you guys can see, I am very organized. Now, I'm going to really quickly give you guys some advice on how to keep organized when using stuff like this. One thing I do is I put all my courses in one notebook. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean. I'm actually going to see if I can delete this because I personally don't use it. Misplaced sections. We're going to close it. We're going to go ahead and pin this start. And what that does is just this. So I can, yeah. And so if I close it, I don't know if I can actually pin this in my taskbar. I didn't think so. So, oh, we can make it large. Wow. What's the live tile look like? This probably shows a preview of the book or whatever. Whatever. I don't need it that big. I just need it wide, really. Just, So we're going to go ahead, and that brings us straight to the notebook. We don't even have, whoa! We don't even have to go through anything. It's right there. So I'm actually going to unpin this, which I don't really need it pinned. Um, so generally, the main components of a paragraph consist of the introduction statement or sentence, the body of the paragraph or the details, and then the conclusion statement or sentence. Now, more and more sentences will be required in a paragraph as you get older. For one, just for obvious reasons, is required because you get older and you're, you know, thought to be able to write more, depending on what it is. Typically, when you take literacy, which in Ontario, Canada, and I believe everywhere in Canada, is mandatory, you have to take literacy. They teach you grammar, um, writing improvement skills, and all those things. To sorry, guys, let me just fix my stuff. Um, I just put it back on today. Um, well, my mom did. I can't do it because I can't. I have shitty eyesight, even with my glasses, and I can't see where the hole is with the piercing. But let me just turn up the volume here. Sorry. But yeah. So as I was saying, it's something that's mandatory for me to take, and nonetheless, I think it's still obviously good to improve on. Literacy is important. Now we're going to go ahead and run through um, some tips and tricks that I use to improve anything that I write in the paragraph form. There's probably going to be one or two more of those wrong because I always screw that up. But I thought there was, but no. Let me just. Sorry, guys. My mouse is. Okay, we're gonna move that back there. Sorry. Sorry. Ooh, ow. So, generally, what you want to do when writing a paragraph. Let me just see if nobody's watching. Okay. Is you want to be um, detailed. Now, as you get older, this is something that's going to be more and more important and more crucial to your marks in high school, especially. You were taught this generally throughout elementary, more in grade 5, 6, and 7, and then in 8, you just you touch up on them skills that you learned, and then once you hit high school, it's kind of like going through the exact same thing all over again. Only difference is this is where it gets a little bit more technical, a little more difficult, because they'll require you to write more sentences and paragraphs and more paragraphs in assignments. So you guys can see these are not just standard like 5 sentence paragraphs. Some of them are, but not all of them. The minimum for this current assignment is 5, but my teacher does vary 8 to 10 sometimes. So I'm really lucky. And again, if you have a low standard of how many sentences should be in a paragraph, for instance, the lowest you can have is 5, because you need your introduction statement, your three supporting details, and your conclusion statement. So that adds up to 5 sentences. That's a minimum. If you do more on most assignments, you won't lose marks. I know, yeah, there is the odd assignment your teacher gives out that they will literally limit you to 5 sentences per paragraph, or so many paragraphs. Let's say 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, 5 sentences each. The reason why they do that is to see how well you can elaborate your thoughts on whatever it is you have to write about, or whatever it is you're doing, how well you can do that with a limited um, given a limited uh, amount of writing you can do. Or I don't know exactly how to say it, but pretty much the only other issue that I've noticed people have is that they don't know exactly how to word things. So one thing that I do, why is this bolted? It looks bolted to me. This looks different than this. Is it the color? I'm not sure what it is. These are all. Let's make sure this is all. one font, 11. So, to excuse me. Generally, my apologies about that, guys. Generally, what you want to do when writing a sentence, sorry, a paragraph, is don't get too detailed about what you're talking about in these sentences, because that causes you to have a run-on. And typically, teachers do not like run-ons. What the hell is that? A period? That's a period. I thought that was a dead pixel. Okay, thank God. Uh, that would have been pretty pissed. That was quite a few pixels. Um, So yeah, typically you want to make sure that you're elaborate enough, not over elaborate in most cases, because you will. Okay, depending on what it's about. If it's something like, in this case, I can have a longer sentence than a regular sentence length. You guys can see my first sentence is this long, but my second sentence is this long. So that's roughly about 2 lines, maybe two and a half. Not even. And this is not even 2 lines. So this exceeds 2 lines. You guys will see this is generally about the length of a regular sentence, and this highlighted here is what's considered a little bit of a run-on. Then when you have something that goes from like here to here, then you obviously have a run-on, you know, clearly. Now, short, brief sentences aren't always bad because again, that kind of shows your teacher. Well, yeah, this kid can, they can be pretty elaborate on what they're talking about in very limited space or whatever. So that shows your teacher that you're pretty good at doing this. Now, some tips I would give to those who are entering high school in the near future, especially if you have issues with paragraphs, such as 8 to 10 sentence paragraphs, especially when doing an exam. This is something that I'm going to give you guys some advice on. Make sure you know exactly what it is that you have to do, because 9 out of 10 times you will assume and be very sure, but you won't know 100%. So knowing 100% for obvious reasons will be crucial. And that's nothing. It's not like shit. It's not like well, it's not a must. It is a must. It is absolutely a must. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you might as well not do anything. Because if you do the wrong thing, you wasted your time doing the wrong thing. Um, sorry guys. And I've done it too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying everybody's perfect or nobody's perfect, but okay, nobody is perfect, truly. But generally speaking, guys, I know for a fact not everybody has an easy time writing paragraphs. I, as I mentioned earlier, used to be one of those people, but as I got older, I got much better at doing it. Now, again, I'm not like a genius, writing paragraphs. I'm not the best there ever was. That was a pretty legitimate Pokemon reference, by the way. Uh, but it's not something hard. A lot of people think, oh, it's a paragraph. When she says, I want you to write 3 paragraphs on something, and you're like, wow, that's a lot. I used to hate writing paragraphs. I used to literally not expand on my thoughts there in one sentence because I didn't want to write a lot. I understand that, but again, I had to stop doing that once I hit high school because I was losing me a lot of marks. Excuse me. And that being said, you know, it's not proper to be done. You don't get everything out there. You will probably have lost marks by doing that, and plus it shows your teacher that you're not really willing to do it. It's not that you're not able to do it; you're not willing to do it. Now, a great reason why you should write more, even if you don't feel like it, unless you can't, is because one, it'll be the complete opposite of what I just said. It shows the teacher you are capable and are willing, more importantly, um, to do better, or even to do your best. Um, Even if you don't do amazing, if as long as you do your best, that's all that matters. That was something that I think everybody here watching who's ever been in elementary, um, whether they dropped out or whatever, if you've ever been to an elementary school, you'll know that I got this one here. Sorry, guys. that it's crucial to not realize, well, I'm doing this wrong. But specifically speaking of on the topic of paragraphs, when you're talking about something, in this case, it's a personal essay about my dream job. So I'm going to read you guys the first paragraph, and I'm going to also talk to you guys about how to read the paragraph better when you're proofreading, so you guys can get more out of it. So let me start. I want to become a computer programmer so I can improve my knowledge on the performance and components of computers. A computer programmer is someone who works hands-on with computers to perform such tasks as reprogramming the whole computer, or sometimes just individual programs, software. Sometimes they're just tweaking the computer's performance for optimization. Now, one way I could actually change this is put but. Sometimes, sorry guys, can I not put this? Okay. But sometimes they're just tweaking the computer's performance for optimization. As well, a computer programmer is the one who sometimes assists in the design of certain software, such as software that can alter, change the computer's performance and how many tasks it can perform simultaneously. They manipulate the program designs made by engineers and developers into a language that the computer can understand and use. As a computer programmer, I would create software programs by writing codes and testing the programs to be sure they have no errors and work properly. This is my dream job. My dream job is to be a computer programmer because they make good money. They are skilled in using computers, and because it allows me to involve myself in making computers more at ease for beginners. Now, you guys heard me read out the first paragraph. I made one change to it, nothing major. But my point behind this is when you proofread, I would, obviously, as I did, made that change. But if I didn't, I would have left it. Not that it would have made much of a difference. I probably wouldn't have lost or gained marks, whatever. It's just one extra word. But still, that one extra word can be a game changer. Maybe that will bring you from like a 80 to an 83. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I don't know. But again, it's never a bad thing to have something extra unless you can't for rules. Like the teacher says you can't for this assignment, you can't. Don't say, well, fuck it, I'll do it anyway. You can't. Um, Now the next tip, by the way, I'll link you guys down below. If you guys want me to actually discuss with you one-on-one how to improve your paragraph writing skills, I'll link down below my email so you guys can actually email me what you guys want me to help you with. Now, I'm not going to rewrite it for you, but if you want, you can actually email me something you're working on. And again, this is great for kids in grade 9, grade 10, anybody, even grade 12, like me, that needs help writing a paragraph. Um, Again, the reason why I'm doing this is because I find a lot of kids, even my age, at 18, 19 almost, don't really know how to properly write a paragraph. Sometimes they do, but they just don't know how to put it down on paper or how to type it or whatever. Some people just straight up don't know how to elaborate their thoughts, and that's what really gets the marks lost. So, second point, or not second point necessarily, but next, what I like to do is, sorry, is try to use bigger words. Not literally, but words that, figuratively speaking, are more elaborative, or more elaborate. And the reason why you should do that, don't do this all at once and be like, well, you go from like basic words, like when you learn like kindergarten to write like a basic sentence to sounding like, like a scientist. You know what I mean? You don't want to jump from like 1 to 20. You want to do from 1 maybe to 3 to maybe 7, but keep it consistent. Don't like go from like 1 to 3 to 10, then from 10 to 80, from 80 to 1,000. You know what I mean? Like don't overdo it. Reason for that is the teacher will easily catch anything you do wrong by doing that. Whereas doing it slowly, they won't actually realize every little detail you make in terms of a mistake. This is something that kind of masks certain mistakes. Reason is because if I go and I say, um, Let me actually look this up because I can't think of a sentence. Uh, use thus. Accordingly, oh no. Can you give some example of using? Yeah, if you know, this isn't what I want. He accepted her offer and thus became undersheriff of Ouray County, Colorado. So I know that there's many ways you can use this. Look at this. I'll link you guys down below to the website because I really think that this types of websites are very, 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 very useful to a lot of us. And actually, I'll link it even on my Google Plus page for you guys. If you guys maybe for whatever reason you can't open the link, you guys can go to my Google Plus page on my personal one. Which again, all you guys got to do is type in, sorry, not type in, but click the link down below to my email. That will also have the same name as my Google Plus page. And just really quickly, I'll also share it in my main one, just to clear up any confusion that might arouse. So you guys can see this is what it looks like. No, I already did it with my main account, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's like ridiculous. Um, okay, so I guess I can't. But okay, I know what I'm going to do. Copy. We're going to go and exit that. Home. Actually, let me just. Sorry, guys. Let me just get to the main. Oh, whoops. Oh. I'll also link you guys down below to the dictionary and thesaurus.com because I know that's a good website for you guys to check out um, in relation to this because I think it's a great website in general. Actually, I'll do all three of them because I might as well. Dictionary. So you go to dictionary official website. So you guys can see I'm doing this live, so that way you guys are actually able to check this out. And thesaurus.com. Oops. So pretty much that's what I really think is great. I like, and by the way, yes, this is for the public, just you guys can see, but whatever. So when it comes to truly, let me just close this because I don't need to have that open. When it comes to truly writing a good paragraph, there's so many things that people can do to change and actually improve their paragraph, even if it's just one thing. Um, Grammar, punctuation, font size. This is something a lot of people probably have done, and I've done too. Making your font size bigger to have the illusion that it's more work. Now, reasons why you should never do this, because in the future, when you go into high school, this is the reason why you shouldn't do this. You will not be allowed to do this because for most courses, I have actually been limited to only using size 12 font. That's a standard font in my school, for at least for my courses. Um, you know, and like for headers and titles, they actually give you like fonts size. Sometimes they'll actually even give you fonts to use. So you see, this is Times New Roman. I can change it color to Calibri. What's it called? Calibri. I can change it to that. I can change it to Broadway. They have their own. Now, typically, schools will make the kids type, if they have to type, in Times New Roman. Just for whatever reason, that's what they're going to do. So you guys see. So typically, when writing a paragraph, you want it to look good, right? Right. So you really, really want to keep an eye on how many sentences you have in your paragraph. If you have a minimum or actually a max limit, 5, sometimes 10, 8, is right in between there. Because if you go over 10, typically, like, it's like a resume. If you have more than like two, like more than a page, even if it's double sided, um, you typically, like my mom actually has worked for multiple companies, reading resumes. She can tell me straight up, like, herself. The people who send in resumes that are like 3 pages long, yeah, it's great that they have all this work experience, but again, it can also be this person that has work experience. None of it, however, is related to the field that they're trying to work for or get hired. So, let's check. Sorry, guys, I frequently check and just, to see. Um, Again, if you have any questions, you can ask me those down below in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to actually answer them and help you guys out with any of the issues you guys have with any work. I do want to mention I'm not going to be a tutor. I would love to do that, but I just currently can't. I got my own school to worry about, my own life currently. Um, but yeah, generally it's so easy to do this because when you look at stuff like this, you may think, "Wow, how long does that take you?" It maybe took me about 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes to type all this. Now is again going through everything, proofreading it 20, 30, 20, maybe 30 times. Not literally, obviously, but like proofreading it enough that you know. Also, get someone else to proofread it because some things that you may not catch, they will, because your brain is used to the same things, and it may not catch certain mistakes. And excuse me, as you guys can see, like one thing I like about OneNote is this: you can have it on lines. I love this feature so much. Reason, it looks awesome. Look at that, virtual lines. Now, in a case like this is a little bit messed up. I'm not sure why, but it is. Um, I really don't know why it's like that, but it starts here. So I'm going to look at margining, and I want to just make sure that everything is aligned properly. Home. View. Um, no, I want this. We're actually going to go to the second assignment that I've already started. And keep in mind, this is for a summative, so it's an ISU assignment. And this has multiple parts. Thankfully for this one, I only have to do one paragraph, which, as you guys seen from the last assignment, this is nothing. This is just like a follow up. This is a reflection on the last one. So, you guys, I'm going to read to you guys what I have so far. Being a computer programmer is still my dream job. My dream job. It is still my dream job because it allows me to get involved in making computers easier for others to use. Excuse me. I also really enjoy using computers and getting to better understand how they work. Another reason why I still want to become a computer programmer is due to the rapid increase of computer technology of the computer technology that is being used worldwide, which will allow me to be capable of introducing new and more efficient ways of using computer-based features in our day-to-day lives, such as standard car safety features like collision warning and airbag deployment. Now, I know that this is really short. I know that's the sheets I make jokes, but I have at least what 4 sentences already. So if I want to stop at five, I could, but I'm going to go to eight. So you've got one, two, three, and four. So as I mentioned earlier, some sentences will seem like a run-on, although typically they're not. This right here is one of those sentences. What you guys can do, this is a really easy trick. Make it five. Now, obviously, I actually have to change this. This, I'm going to read from the last paragraph, of the last sentence. Another reason why I still want to become a computer programmer is due to the rapid increase of the computer technology that is being used worldwide. This will allow me to be capable of introducing new and more efficient ways of using computer-based features in our day-to-day lives, such as standard car safety features like collision warning and airbag deployment. I now have 5 sentences, even though before I only had 4. So consider revising a run-on to 2 sentences. Much easier. Excuse me. Much easier to read. Gain you marks if you have extra sentences that will actually give marks. Some people, most teachers will actually do that, but again, when you hit high school, some teachers that I've had don't. They actually don't mark you just because you have an extra sentence or an extra paragraph, because if it's irrelevant or whatever, obviously it's useless. So, sorry, I'm yelling again. My apologies. Excuse me. So now that we got 5 sentences, I gotta put 2 more things and end it off. So basically, when you end off a sentence, the easiest way to do is kind of rephrase this by saying, "This is why." In this case, I'd say, "This is why being a program." So you actually, this is something I use when writing answers to a question, and like math or whatever. Use the part of the question, the instructional part of the question. Like, let's say it says, Molly went to the store to pick up this for $2, that for $3, and this for $2. How much is it? It's $5. So it's going to ask you, how much did she spend in total? So you're going to use, as it said, Molly went to the store to pick up this for $2, that for $3, and this for $2. I don't know, 5. Oh, Jesus. 5, 6, 7. Okay. I don't know why I said 5, sorry, guys. Oh, Jesus. So you're going to say, when Molly went to the store, she spent a total of $7. And don't end it off there. Always give extra if you can. Always, always, because it'll sometimes even lend you extra or bonus marks. Um, then do the equation. In brackets. Typically, I do it in brackets. I don't know. I just find it works better for me. And do like 2 plus 3 plus 2. Don't just do it in numerical order. Do it in the order that goes in the question. I don't know. That's what I do. Uh, you should definitely try doing that. See if it gets you extra marks or whatever. At least if it doesn't get you extra marks, it will most likely at least get your teacher to appreciate you taking the extra step, even though it's not required. Which will in the future possibly have your teacher give you bonus marks for the fact that you actually do that. Especially if you're in a class where you're most likely going to be the only one that does that. Try it. You know what I mean? Like it's never going to kill you. You're not going to die from doing that. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to clean my glasses. Ugh. I hate these glasses so much right now. Like I clean them 20 times a day, guys. My apologies about this. I'm trying to keep this as legit as possible, but when my glasses get dirty like this, I can't really see the screen of my computer too well. All right. So now what I want to do is continue explaining why. So in eight sentences, you've got six supporting details. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got five sentences. So I need two more supporting details because this is the introduction. These four sentences here are supporting details. I need two more. So that's four supporting details. So again, make a checklist if you have to. Like do like this. Insert table. Okay, with this version, it's a little bit different. Let me see if I can pull this one up. Most likely, this is what you'll be using. So what you can do here is insert. And you can do this. So you can do point one, point two, point three, for instance. So let's say I did point one, check. Point two, check. Point three, check. And then don't actually just put. You can put point one, but put what that point is. Like label the sentence. That's something that's obviously going to help you. Even if you're not really going to use it, it'll help. Uh, why is this highlighted? I don't know why it's highlighted. Sorry, guys. Okay, whatever. So now, what I'm going to do, because I know what my first 3 points are, or 4 points are, I need two more, right? So I've already put, and it's actually really easy, who, what, where, when, why, and how. So in this case, I don't need to do all that, like how, because I did that in the actual assignment. This is reflection. So it's basically like the sum up. And we'll be right back, guys. My apologies about that, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and continue this. My apologies. Um, so typically, again, yeah, you want to try to do the who, what, where, when, why, how. If you are going to do like a main assignment, if you've got to do a what's it called? The outline. No, not an outline. What's it called? I don't remember where I seen it. Whatever. But you should truly think like properly about what you're going to be writing. Um, Consider even if you absolutely like, this is an absolute if you have to if there's no other choice. Um, Consider revising sentences like rewriting them, retyping them to sound a little bit differently. Don't just do 100% the exact same sentence basically, but just written differently. Kind of stated sounding differently, and as well, you know, it kind of proves the same point but in a different way. Like this will allow me to be capable of introducing new, more efficient ways of using computer-based features in our day-to-day lives, such as standard car safety features like collision warning and airbag deployment. Now I can actually expand on that point. This is a key area where computer technologies and vehicle this is a key area where computer technologies and manufacturers come together since this requires both parties to on new and more cost efficient ways of producing the software as well as how it works in conjunction with the rest of the let me just reread this. This is a key area where computers and computer technologies and vehicle manufacturers come together. Oh, sorry. Computer programmers and vehicle manufacturers come together since this requires both parties to elaborate on new and more cost efficient ways of producing software as well as how it works in conjunction with the rest of the vehicle's components that are run via computerized hardware. Now we've got 5 points, right? We need two more sentences, one more point. Um, Lastly, so as I mentioned earlier, try to rephrase certain things, or one really easy way to do this for one of the point. Again, this is like a dire need situation type of thing. Kind of pick and choose certain points or certain aspects of other sentences in the paragraph or in that assignment, whatever, in that essay, sorry, and put them in in one sentence. So I'm going to put, lastly, I believe computers are going to eventually be used to run just about all we do day to day, including things I have no idea what the hell that noise is. And I believe computers are going to eventually be used to run just about all we do day to day, including tasks from how we use the appliances in our homes to how we can from how we use the appliances at home to use them for. So I'm pretty much done this. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna copy, and paste it. So I'm gonna do a part two of this because it's getting really lengthy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this part one. Leave your opinion on how this went so far in the comment section down below. Again, like I mentioned, I'll link down below in the comment in the description the links to the 3 websites I posted on Google Plus, as well as a link to my email if you guys want to email me about anything you want help with in terms of paragraphs. And again, do keep in mind I'm not always checking my email. the one that I link you guys to, not link you guys to necessarily, but the one that I have listed in the comment in the description. Please as well do not send anything related to this on this email, the main channel's email, the gangster100 at gmail.com. Do not send nothing to that. I will not answer it. And will probably actually just tell you to go to the other email, my personal one. But until next time, guys, rate, subscribe, and comment, thumbs up, like, and share. And until next time, peace.